Hey, what is going on, guys? T-Dot here, and today we are back for another episode of the Minnesota Twins franchise here in MLB 14, the show on the PS4. So in this episode, we're going to be taking on the Houston Astros here in Minute Maid Park. It is a road game, obviously, and we're coming into this game one game above 500, 31 and 30. We're still only in like the second or third month of the season, so we're still really early, and we still have a lot of time to expand that above 500 gap, I guess, and hopefully make a playoff push this season. I've been looking into a couple trades recently to improve possibly the corner outfield position in right field, and make Geraldo Parra him a fourth outfielder, because he's just a great defender, and that's the only reason we have him out there. Also, I would like to possibly improve the second base position. In this episode, you can see we did call up Charlie McGraw, the guy we drafted in the first round last season. He has already made it up to the big leagues. He was like 74 overall when we drafted him. He's up to a 75, and Eduardo Nunez is on the DL, so we decided to call him up. And also, we put Martin Prado in the lineup today. We actually traded for Martin Prado. We traded Martin Perez for Martin Prado. We didn't really need Perez because Perez was actually doing horribly, and also we had, what's his name, Yordano Ventura in the minors, and we actually called him up, and this is his first start of the season. So there's a bunch of different things happening right here, and we could potentially be making a move in the next episode to improve either the rotation, that right field spot, or even second base, because I don't think Charlie McGraw will be is good enough to be in a playoff push. He's still young. He has a ton of potential, and we could get a lot back for him, or we could even keep him and see what else we can get. But we'll look into trades in the next episode. But right now, you can see Cespedes is going to fly out to right field and bring a run in, and that will be it for the first inning. We take a 1-0 lead. And you can check out Bo Porter's lineup here. Pretty much the same lineup. They haven't really made any trades or moves except for Ed Easley. I'm pretty sure they probably got him in the Rule 5 draft. He's always in there. Yordano Ventura making his first start of the season for the Minnesota Twins. Last season he was up and down, but this season hopefully he can be in the rotation for the rest of the season. So pretty much the rotation is set for now, unless we do make a trade, because there's not really many other top prospects we have in the minors. We still have guys like Trevor May and stuff, but no like A potentials. We pretty much just have like B and C potentials, other than Yordano Ventura down in the minors. But the first batter of the inning will be Jose Altuve. He's going to ground out to first base. And you can check out his scouting report here. He can touch triple digits, and that's really what Yordano Ventura is all about. Just throwing mad heat, and his curveball and changeup can drop off to like a 15-mile-an-hour difference from the fastball. So he has a lot of really good pitches. He just needs to it's all between the ears for him, and he needs to work on like location and everything. But right here you can see you're going to get this ball into the right center field gap. Parra is over. He will go into some weird animation, but luckily it doesn't cost us an extra 90 feet, as Dominguez is going to pull up into second with a double. Next batter will come up with a 1-2 count. He's going to ground it to short, and that'll be a nice play by Elvis Andres, and that'll be it for the second inning. So we hold our 1-0 lead here through the second inning, and Charlie McGraw will be leading off the third inning for us. And you can see here in his first at bat of us using him, we called him up a few games back, and he's batting like 100 or like 125. But right here, he's gonna get us our first hit of the ball game, an infield single off the glove of Matt Dominguez at third base, and that'll flip the lineup around as McGraw was batting in the 9th spot. Comes around to the top of the order. Byron Buxton up 2-2 count. He's gonna get a base hit through the left side of the infield. So 2 runners on, and pretty decent speed for both of them. It'll bring up the heart of our order, and in that, Elvis Andres comes up with a 3-1 count. He is going to take this one down and in for his second walk of the ball game. De La Rosa having trouble here throwing strikes, but next up would be Eric Hosmer, 3-2 count, and none out, bases loaded for him. So this is a big spot for our 3-hitter, and he is going to ground this one to first base, on a second, back to first, and that will be a double play there, and that'll pretty much do it for that inning. inning, as they would get another out. So we only get 1 run with the bases loaded, so De La Rosa really avoids the jam there, and that could prove to be very, very costly for our team later in the game if this is a close ball game. So right here, they're going to get a double down the right field line. They'll move the runner over to third base, and with 2 outs and a 1-2 count, this ball is going to get past Jonathan Lucroy, and the runner would score on the wild pitch from Yordano Ventura. So they would bring 1 run in. That would cut the lead in half, and you can see Miguel Sano up here. He's going to walk, putting 2 runners on base here. And De La Rosa really having trouble throwing strikes here. So next up would be Geraldo Parra with the 3-2 count. He's going to get a base hit into right field. The runner is going to hold at third base, and it was probably a good idea as the throw was up the line, and he would still have a very nice chance to tag him. 3-2 count here for Buxton. Bases loaded, 2 out, and he's going to fly this one deep center field, but the center fielder is over to make the grab, and De La Rosa avoids another jam here. Still early in this ball game, and we only have a 1-run lead, but we definitely could have like 5-6 more runs than that, the way that we have been leaving runners on base here. But Yordano Ventura comes up next. Yordano Ventura heads back to the hill, and he strikes out Chris Carter there. Next up would be Matt Dominguez. Already has a double in the game, and he's going to get a base hit down the left field line. Runner is chugging around second, heading to third, and he is going to make it in there safely as he was going on the pitch. So there are runners on the corners here for the Houston Astros, and a 1-2 count here for Jonathan Singleton. He's going to ground this one to short, and Elvis Andres makes a very, very weird animation where he's just running towards the ball that probably would have been a double play ball, would have ended the inning, would have not cost us any runs, but he just runs the opposite direction while he's heading towards the ball. But right here, you can see that their catcher, I forget his name, he would strike out to end the inning. So Ventura limits the damage, keeps it a tie ball game here, and it is 2-2. So next inning, bottom of the 5th, Dexter Fowler up, 2-2 count and 2 out. He's going to line this one to right field. Right fielder Parra back. He jumps at the wall, and that one is into the second row out there in right field. So Dexter Fowler, with just his 4th home run of the season, ends up putting the Houston Astros on top here in the 5th inning, and they would take the 3-2 lead here on that home run from Dexter Fowler. And the Twins are going to definitely need to respond here. And later on in the 5th inning, with 2 runners on after that home run, Yordano Ventura with a 3-2 count, runners going with 2 outs, he's going to strike out the batter to get out of the jam. So here in the top of the 6th inning, 3-2 is still the score. Miguel Sano is going to get a base hit up the middle off of Jorge De La Rosa, and that would actually do it for the day for De La Rosa. He goes 5 innings strong, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. He walked a bunch of batters, I think 5 batters in total. But De La Rosa having not a quality start, a decent start. He only went 5 innings, giving a little bit of length. I think he's their 4th or 5th starter, so that's pretty much all you can ask for out of your 4th or 5th starter. But a solid start for him. Mark Lowe is going to come into the ball game. He's 3-0 on the season through 26 games, 3 ERA. So he's pretty much just a quality middle reliever, and he's had a great season with that 3 ERA, obviously. So Bo Porter is going to hand him the ball here, and Lowe would retire the first 2 batters he faced in the inning here, and with the runner going, he would get Charlie McGraw to ground out to short to end the inning and end the rally there, sort of rally for the Minnesota Twins with that runner on to start off the inning. So Aaron Crow is going to come into the ballgame for the Minnesota Twins. That would be it for Yordano Ventura's season debut. He actually went 5 innings as well as giving up 3 runs on 6 hits, and a decent start for him as well. He's at the bottom of our rotation as well, so that's pretty much all you can ask from him, and he's in line for the loss as of now, but hopefully our team can put some runs on the board here. We still have 9 outs remaining here after the 6th inning is complete. So we skip ahead to the top of the 9th, no action through the 7th and the 8th. So Shea Simmons, former Atlanta Brave reliever, is now the Houston Astros closer in this franchise. And the first batter he's going to face is going to be Martin Prado. He's going to walk him on a 3-2 fastball down and in. So the next batter he's going to face is Charlie McGraw, who really needs to get on base here. He's going to walk as well. So Simmons walks 2 batters here and gets 1 out. So 2 runners on, and the top of the order is coming up for the Minnesota Twins. Byron Buxton's going to walk on a high slider. That one looked like a pretty good good pitch from Shea Simmons, but that high breaking ball is rarely called for a strike in the MLB these days. Next up would be Elvis Andrus. 2-1 pitch. He's going to ground this one to shortstop. That's on to second. Altuve back to first, and they turn the double play. They turn it on two of the fastest guys in the league in Buxton and Andrus, and a huge double play with the shortstop ranging to his right. He turns it to second base, and Altuve turns it as one of the fastest double plays I've seen in a long time, as that would end the game there. Very, very surprising. Dexter Fowler gets the player of the game as he did hit the game-winning home run. He went 1 for 4 in this one. So the Twins end up getting 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and the Astros 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. So that's pretty much it for this ball game, guys. You can check out these stats on your way out. If you guys did enjoy this episode, definitely leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Pitcher is Jorge De La Rosa. His record is now 5-4.